Okay, hello everyone to Summon Space. Hello Andy. How are you
Hey, my
doing?
man. How you doing, man? All good. How about you?
I'm great. Especially looking at your new avatar that you created. This guy is sick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun to look at. I love this area right here. It's like looking into the void.
Yeah, the mask is awesome. It reminds me of this series Falling Sky, or this
Yeah. Yeah, I
tall,
love that.
thin.
Yeah. I love that series. Man, they took it out. They should make another season.
Yeah, I think they finished it. Like they killed the alien, so there was not not really much that they could do. But
Really?
yeah, it was really cool.
I might have missed a season. Thank you for that. I'm gonna go Google
Yeah,
it
yeah,
right now. Hold on.
they finished it. It was like
Oh, oh,
I
I
don't
thought
know
they
if I
can't.
would have finished, but yeah, it was closed and it was solid. So yeah,
All
and
right.
for
Cool,
the
cool, cool.
people watching, yeah, give it a look. It's a really solid series, and you can get actually the avatar, or not now, but maybe if, in the future. That Andy
We'll
created.
talk about it later.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome guys to another episode of NFT Talks, where we talk about NFTs and the metaverse and all of that has to do with all those sort of things. We are not giving any financial advice. We're just enthusiasts and we love NFTs and what it stands for. So we just come here and have a nice chat with my bro Artific and your servant here, Andy Rude. So Artific, what is our topic today?
Yeah, so this time I think it would be great to bring out your new collection because you actually was working on a lot of different NFTs. We had the Metaverse Travelers, there were
Mm-hmm.
a lot of other stuff. Also, you actually work in art industry very, very long time. But like as many, you didn't have so many sales in there. But then suddenly something changed, and you were able to just like sell everything at the same day where you've listed the NFTs, which is pretty cool. And I think well, me and also other people would like to know how you did it and like what are the tip and tricks to get there, because maybe a lot of people are in that first stage where they have a little bit struggling to really get their collection going, and yeah,
Right.
they would like to be where you are.
Well, I mean, by no means I think I'm in the like in the expert seat to talk about or say that you should do what I did, but I would gladly open up and let you guys what was my train of thought when doing these collections. So um, probably the connection is currently on the browser. You can probably see it.
Putting
It's
it
what
right
I
there.
Yeah, it's what I called imposter type collection because I'm mimicking two other collections that are trendy or kind of famous at the moment. So for those of you that don't know, the idea behind this imposter collection is to try to bridge the two main communities in the NFT world currently, which are the board Ape, Jack Club, and the Crypto Punks. These two are the largest communities, and they have, in my opinion, from what I've seen, one of the strongest bounds and binds between them. They act like they're family, brothers, or something like that. So when I kind of saw these communities, I said, you know what, these communities do so much as a single community. What if they were to bridge each other? How many people can they work together to help? And I said, well, maybe if they had just an NFT that they could relate to because they own one of these two um bases, either the ape or the punk, then they would have something to come together with. So that's kind of the background on how I decided to mint it. I made it out of a joke, but we can talk about that later. It just ended up being super fun to do and nice. So I thought, yeah, you know what? Let's kind of try to see if this works. So I launched it, I think, well, last week, a week and a couple of days ago. And my man, Blake Potts, which has a parcel here, he does amazing events. My man was the first one to purchase two of them. And But then it kind of stalled. Like I think every other collection that I've ever made, it just kind of stalled. Hey, what's up, my man? We had a stranger
Ah,
walking
yeah,
around.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. So nobody actually kind of saw the collection, and I did a lot of work. I posted it everywhere on the collectors' feeds that they were asking for new collections to showcase and all that sort of stuff. And but I think that I failed in when I was doing the whole projection of this. It kind of felt, I would say, let me gather my thoughts on that. It felt like I was trying to push something that was already out there, and I really had that imposter syndrome going on. And I think a lot of people might kind of feel that way when they're doing artwork, and they see other artwork that is kind of similar to them, or their inspiration has gone over. I think it kind of gets you a feeling where you are not too enthusiastic about your own collection. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah, yeah, but because I remember that you actually posted, write me a message that you found another collection that is doing the same thing that you were trying to do, but they are doing it in a very different way. So you cannot get a guy with two glasses like we have here.
Right, right. So I think you mean the board punk jack club.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean they sold out. It's literally the same idea in my opinion. Is they are trying to bridge the punks and the apes, but they had more access to community, which brings me to one of the biggest points or the biggest learning points that I took from the last sell is that you really have to invest in the community. You really have to go out there and talk to people and kind of engage. If it's either Instagram, Twitter, or whatever platform you're using, NFTs is for me kind of the next step in social media, where social media actually becomes tradable. It's where it's kind of like it's just an evolution of social media, and you need to be social so your NFTs gain value because of most of the collectors I've learned from, they mostly purchase from the artist. They tend not to purchase just because they think it's going to be the next punk. They purchase the artist. And one interesting thing happened. I posted another one of my collections, which is a service NFT, and it allows you to get a custom avatar made with this NFT when you burned the token itself. So uh, that I did a giveaway about that, and that kind of got me a little bit of traction, and people started checking out my feed, and then I started getting some messages about it, and then I got people with high volume of NFT followers, and I mean
Nice.
over 10K followers these people have, and those of you that are in an NFT environment know that over 10K NFT minded people in that follow you on social media is a large number.
Yeah, yeah. Those are usually people that really gathered those following before the main wave came,
Mm-hmm.
because it's very hard to get so many people so quickly. So those are usually people that probably started in crypto.
Mm-hmm.
Like earlier, they have some funds, so they are the bigger collectors, and they already
Yes.
know what they are doing.
So it's super hard to actually land, a following like that. So these people know what they're doing, and and I'm gonna explain this point and then go back to it because I think there's two sides of this coin. For this first side is that these um, collectors started talking to me, and there was one in particular which I want to give a shout to, Basil or Basil. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I know a lot of people know him. He's an awesome collector and a business person, and he reached out to me, and I followed him for a while, and I like how he thinks and whatnot. He offered to do a giveaway with me, and at that point, I was actually gonna tell him no. I was gonna cancel or you know get rid of the collection at that moment because the day before the board Punk Jackpot launched, and it was sold out, and everything I could see on the feed was the board punks. And in my head, I was like, you know what? If I do this giveaway, I'm gonna look like a super greedy imposter trying to, gain profit from the wave of
Yeah,
these
right.
guys.
Imposter squared, right?
Yeah, literally. And I literally sat down with my wife. I was like, you know what? I don't know what to do because I don't want to feel because I launched these first. These were launched first. Um, but we ended up doing, we didn't have the traction like they did, and I'm super happy they sold out. It's what we're doing this for. But it kind of gave me this feel like I was gonna try to do the wrong thing. So, but anyways, and talking with my wife, she kind of, calmed me down, and she was like, you know what? It's the same idea. It's just a different approach. You're not using algorithm. You're not using computers to generate these guys. You're actually painting them by hand. That gives it a specific treatment that the other ones don't have. And it's not like it's better or worse. It's just that it's a different approach to the same idea. And we can have more than one approach to the same idea as long as the idea is reached, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's I decided, you know what, basically, here's the link. Go ahead and drop the giveaway. And to be honest, it did amazing. And going back to the same point, one thing was my work trying to do relationships paid off, where people like Basil and other collectors are had already seen me enough to reach out to me. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
you're a new artist, you're a new person in the NFT world, and you have 2, 3 followers, the Twitter algorithm is gonna chunk you down. Nobody's gonna see your work, so you really have to get in there and actually do some like networking. I don't call it networking because I'm not trying to gain money or profit out of the people that I meet, but I just try to be social and gain a little bit of following so other people can actually see your work. So when he posted it and the flow started going, it was going quite fast. I started getting messages in my DMs asking me about the collections that they'd never seen it, that if I have a roadmap, if I have a website, if there's gonna be more. And I was like, okay, wait. I went to bed like at 4 in the morning because I started getting a lot of messages. And for those of you that never get any DMs in any social media because you're not famous, it's like, okay, there's a message. Who is this? For real. I'm sure when you get, hundreds a day, you start ignoring them. But at this point, I was like, oh my God, people are liking this. So it was a very interesting experience. And the point being that when you do a little bit of work without expecting to get profit out of it, profit is a result of the work that you put in with your, with your part on there. I really want to do something good for the NFT community. I think NFTs can go as far as being the next retirement funds. They could be a KEO or an IRA. We could defer our savings into an image or an avatar, or something that holds the value, and it's not taxable. I
Yeah.
see those things happening with crypto and NFTs, and that's why I've been doing that type of work. But when people started noticing, I noticed that the second part of this situation right here is that the product itself was actually apparently good. People actually liked it. It wasn't just because it was a punk, or it was an ape, or it was a merch, or whatever. It's that the style of it and the idea behind it, of course, kind of resonated with a lot of people. So even before the giveaway was done, like the first 1 or 2 hours, I had five BAPs published, 2 were sold, and then 3 was left. They sold in the first 20-30 minutes of the giveaway. And that was, for me, that was super interesting and impressive. I was like, but wait, there's a giveaway. Why are you buying them if you can win it, right? So
Yeah.
and people were buying. So this guy bought two, then somebody bought the last one. Then I did the drop, and I decided to do an extra five. So I did a drop of 10 because next week I'm gonna have a giveaway only for BAP owners, which are gonna be able to get a VR ready avatar of that BAP that you own. It's gonna be the giveaway. So I wanted to give a couple extra BAP so people there would be more on the pool.
Cool.
And so I dropped the 10 before, like I think it was like 3 hours before the giveaway was finished. And out of the 10, seven sold in like the first hour, I think. And then 3 hours later, the rest sold as well. So what I learned from that experience was that you wanna do a little bit of work being social, understanding what NFTs are and what is the community, why is it community based, why is it community driven, and as you help others by retweeting, posting, or commenting on their work, doing events for like this, like NFT talks, for example, and you do, you bring content that improves the community, then you're gonna start being seen. That's the first thing you want to do. You want to be able to be seen. You want the algorithm of social medias to look at you. Second phase is that when you do your collection, and I'm sure that if you believe in your collection, is gonna sell. Just try to do your collection with a utility. I think NFTs like the punks, for example, that started out just as an idea and didn't have much utility. It's just an image technically, but it's just worth million at this point. Um, the base C, the Bored Ape Jack Club, they changed the game on that sense, and they started bringing utility into these images, and they changed the game. You really need to start thinking about that. You want to start giving more than just an image, more than just a 3D file or just um, JPEG or whatnot or GIF. Sorry,
Yep.
so it's very important that you try to better, and it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be the next ape, the base C. Just do something that is truthful. I want to bring the apes and the punks together so they can come to my Jack Club events, and we can help a lot of small artists be seen by real actual collectors. Punks and apes are the biggest collectors out there. They collect things and they support small communities, but they can't support something they can't see. And that's what I want to do with the BAPs. And I think that's why people and some collectors are noticing them as they are. So yep, that's my story. Sorry if I rambled a lot. I tried to be concise in it.
No, it's a good stuff. And I think I would also add that the content creation, like what are we doing here? We don't have much people watching, but we are very grateful for those that watch now or later. We would be even more grateful if you leave us like or a comment. What do you like? What do you
Yeah,
hate? What do you think? Who are you?
yeah,
Just leave it there on YouTube, or just send us DM to me as Artific CZ or to Andi, Roots Group. I'll be very happy to hear from you.
yes,
And I would also like to say that often it's maybe not about how many people, how many followers you have in your community, because it's nice
yeah,
to have more than lower. But in this case, like Andi doesn't have a big following, but
no,
there was a guy that's was able to turn it around for him, or
yes,
was able to bring his following to the party. The guy also knew what he's doing, and
hmm
how to actually do the giveaway in proper way and
yes,
organize everything, and actually started like make sure that the collection starts selling, and because he believed in the project. So
yes,
it can be just one person that that can make it for you. So it's about the quality of the content and just sort of doing the grind, or I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I believe in.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's you gotta do the grind. I think I was noticed because I was out there. I've been posting. I've been helping people whenever I can, and I rarely have any time. Like we've been working together for a while now, and I do a lot so I can have some time to do what I do. But yeah, connections, do those. NFT is new. It's a baby. It's in baby steps. This is new. Their hype is not gonna go away. It's just gonna level. At this point, we had the hype. It's gonna level, and then we're gonna have some spikes like any market. Even the fiat market has spikes. Euro goes up, dollar goes down, and vice versa and whatnot. So just
Yeah, and we look at it often from the perspective of developed markets like US, Europe, where it's more or less stable, but it's like there's much bigger world over there, and for
yes.
people in other countries that doesn't have so stable currency, it can be maybe even okay. Like these NFTs, they are pretty stable. They are coming up and down just 50%. It's okay. I can deal with that.
Well, like I said, I think it's gonna communities. Here's my thought, and I my NFT religion, if you will call it. This is what I believe NFTs are. NFTs need a foundation. That's why they're so volatile at this point. The foundation that can stabilize NFT are NFT communities like the Bored Ape and the Punk. Those type of communities are the ones that are going to solidify the NFT world sufficiently so anybody that's new can stand on it and it's not going to crumble with a random comment from Elon Musk. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
communities are built on trust, and the NFT value, it's based on how much the community values it. So we make communities. NFTs are going to start to maybe go down a bit, but they're going to stabilize. It's going to be stable enough for artists and creators and content creators to actually make a living from it. Because currently there's way too much money being made, to be honest. I mean, you can't sell a freaking PNG for $24 million. That's just absurd stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's absurd. And it wasn't even made by a person. It was made by an AI. So it's like it's crazy stuff that's happening, but it's gonna stable down. So everybody, hang on. It's coming. We're gonna be stable soon enough.
Yeah, and I would also like to just repeat about the content creation, because currently in a lot of niches, if you are like searching for something specific, then you will like not find almost like any good resources, and you will have to really go far, especially in like the metaverses. I remember
Yes.
on March when I was looking for something, like some videos were like year old, and they still are year old. So and it's just for so many other niches. If you are doing NFT photography,
Yep.
yeah, there's not much out there. There are some people that I know that are starting to establish something, but there's not much out there. If you are doing psychedelic arts, if you are doing like whatever type, actually, there are just like currently there are some people that are establishing maybe the top layer, like tutorials how to mint NFT and how to work with these things. So
Exactly.
this wasn't here in March, so it's here now. And
It's new.
in 3-6 months, there will be people established on the most more niched areas. Currently, it's not there, and you can be one of those people. And the fact that you are an artist and you are introvert and you don't want to do that, there's actually different formats. So if you don't like to make videos, or write an article, if you like, there's just I think that if you put some thought into it, you will find that there are some things that you are doing already that you can just somehow like package and put them out there to help other people, and it will help you establish as sort of like maybe expert or maybe just a person that like cares and is part of the thing.
Yeah, you'll get noticed.
Yeah.
That's what you want. You want to get noticed. It's very important.
Yeah, and then when there will be some big guy or some enterprise or business looking for, I don't know, something, then they will go looking. They will just Google or search on Twitter and find out, okay, like this guy has some channel and is making some videos about the same thing that I want to do. Like actually, like just today, I got a message from someone that's doing some startup on Kickstarter. I don't know how big that is, but he's looking for some artists to do some like coffee for the coffee pots.
I talk with them.
Yeah, really? Ah, cool.
Yeah, I'm in talk with them. I'm gonna have a call with them in a few days. We're gonna talk about it. Yeah. It sounds like a really cool project, and I love coffee, so I was like, coffee. All right, yes. What's up?
Yes, that's awesome. Yeah, so you know, people are there and even know they're hunting, and in the future they will be even more. So just
so many.
Yeah, and yeah.
You want to create content.
Yeah, and it's easy now because you know, I don't have like many followers or many views on video and so on, but it's like stable, and there are some people that like it. And I'm really bad at it, so I'm getting better. But I'm really bad at it.
You're really good asking questions. This guy makes the best interviews.
Yeah, that's probably true. But then like the production quality and like the way that the video is structured and like comparing to other people that are there, I just like really bad. But still,
it's all about content. Yeah, it's not about how it looks. It's about content. Before I forget, guys, we just launched also on TikTok, just so you know. So you can find NFT Talks on TikTok. I'm gonna be posting. I'm posting like a lot regarding things Artific does on his events and things that I learned, like what I talked about today. So just so you guys know, you can also follow us on TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok is great social media. It's, getting it from a lot of people now, so I'm going to start as well.
Yeah. We gotta do some. Whoops! I see. That's what happens when you're in VR. You knock things over in your room. So we can do duets and all that sort of thing. So let's do that. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what's up, man. Love NFTs. Fun.
Yeah, so I think it's probably like a good time to finish it up with the sun rising over the lake.
Yeah.
So if you like the show, give us a follow, subscribe, comment, like, all those good stuff. Hit that bell notification button or whatever that is. You're supposed to click it, so you get the notifications when we launch something new. And there's a lot of new things coming, a lot of exhibitions, a lot of talks about metaverse, about NFTs, about art stuff, and these cool things. So and especially if you can see there, Andi, in the future it will be me in the VR as well. Yeah. So there are some things that you can look forward to. It will not be just one guy staring contest and one guy doing cool stuff. So it was great. And
I think you're winning because you're not blinking.
yeah, just like 30 minutes straight.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and those of you who are gonna watch after, thank you for taking the time. Like, comment, follow, and all those sort of things. And if you didn't like something, let us know. That's how we grow. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna let you guys all go, and I'm gonna go see my jacked before I go home when I see it.
Awesome. Nice. So see you. Goodbye.
Cheers.